I'm David Schreiberg. I'm the CEO of Vital Briefing. We are a global market intelligence company based in Luxembourg. It's my pleasure to be here with Leïla KAMARA from Kamara Advisory. You just sat on a fascinating panel about CSRD. I'd like to hear a little bit about your conclusions after this first round of CSRD, what you've seen and what you expect for the future.
Sure, thank you, David. The conclusion of this panel and the discussions are related to several key points. As to the current CSRD is in place, there were already the first reporting that were issued. However, there is no precise deadline for them. They have the entire year to prepare. So from an investor perspective, we are still awaiting for them to disclose all these data points, which are complex for them to collect, to prepare, and to report. And this complexity has been undertaken by the regulators who on the 26th of February, so quite recently, issued proposal for simplifying and streamlining this CSRD regulation toward the companies. So as a conclusion and as a next step, we are very much looking forward to see this proposal approved, because from a company perspective, that would be really helpful for them to refocus on their core businesses and centralize their resources and financing into their own businesses rather than compliance costs. And on the other hand, we are also waiting for the regulators to potentially simplify the taxonomy requirements, because from an investor perspective, the challenge would pertain.
How important is the simplification process in your view?
It is enabling the companies to have more time to prepare. They are mentioning 2 more years. And also for the small or medium size company, that would enable them really to withdraw from these obligations, as this would target only the very large company up to from 1,000 employees and above, so which have more resources and more capabilities and capacities to do so. So I would say that the outcome overall would be positive to.
Although some have complained that it's weakened the regulations excessively. What's your take on that? That it's weakened, that the omnibus simplification at the same time is weakening the regulatory aspect. Do you see that at all or not?
Well, indeed, they have proposed very, very simplified, but weakening in a certain way, like as I said, because the scope of the companies would be significantly reduced, then in a certain way, there are a large number of companies that were supposed to disclose who would be outside of these mandatory requirements. However, within their proposal, they are also mentioning the standard reporting that would be voluntary for the small and medium companies. So if they really intend to continue to develop their CSR strategy, then they would opt for this voluntary reporting, and that would in fine help professional investors to look into how they are developing and assess whether they want to invest within it, yes or no. And seems like even though the simplification is potentially a bit weakening the regulation for the companies and the investors who are really willing to pursue the efforts, then they have different ways to do so. without being under the pressure of the regulation.
So there is still incentive for SMEs to participate.
Absolutely, there is still, yes, through this VSME standard reporting that is called. So yeah, indeed, plus additional time for them also to mobilize financial resources to invest in the tools. There are now many automated tools that are developed on the market that should also enable them to automate and have a better monitoring of their own data and reporting.
How have you found the conference?
It was really rich.
This is your first EFPA
It
conference.
was, yes, the first my first attendance to the EFPA conference. Looking forward to see the next one, I believe in September or October. Yeah, so this one was very rich, surrounded by high-profile professionals, experts on the topic, and the discussions. I would say that all the aspects of the sustainability were quite well covered. The automation, artificial intelligence, SFDR, the new guidelines that are referred to them, the impacts. So many topics that were covered, and as we are in a very moving, very evolving area, sustainability, there are always new proposals coming from the regulators in the European Union. I mean, we are not ending our discussions today, so
sure.
much more to say in the future.
Terrific. Thanks so much.
Thank you, David.